Hello, this is Jake Stimson, and I'm just going to do the quick walkthrough of Lab 1 where we implemented the decoder and the multiplexer for the AHB address selection phase of the transfer. So here you can see I just created a pretty basic test bench where we cycle through all the possible combinations for the 9 slaves that we're trying to communicate with, and then in the decoder module for the Verilog design, we just use a case statement that pretty much checks the address. Depending on that address, if it's a 0, it's a 50, it'll select the it'll set the mux select accordingly, and then also output the correct mux select line to select the correct slave for communication. So here you can see all of that happening for these different address values, and these are provided up here in the mapping. So for the mux side of things, it's pretty much the opposite. It's just connecting the slaves back to the master for the data path, whereas the decoder is for the address path. So the initial begin block here in this test bench is just going to cycle through, send some fake data here that we've just put in here, and then it's going to pass through the ready signal to end the AHB bus transfer. So from that, we can just go quickly over to the mux design, and you can see it's a similar case where just based on whatever the selection is, so this is the mux selection that drives the multiplexer here for this, it will select the correct HR data channel and channel that to the master, and it'll do the same thing for the ready out signal. It'll channel whichever corresponding one, whichever corresponding ready out signal from the slave needs to go to the master based on the transfer ID. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. And then we can see here when we simulate right now, I have the mux test bench set as the top module in the hierarchy. So if we run simulation, we'll do a quick simulation of the mux test bench, but you can see it simulates as you'd expect. So we can go here and expand the window. So based on the different mux selection points right here, 1, we're sending the data packet corresponding to 1. So now we're selecting slave 2, and then that's sending back a data packet of all 2s. And then you can see the same thing kind of going on. So this shows us that it's aligned, and the slaves that we're selecting are sending back their named data that we put in the test bench. Cool. All right, so thank you